Greetings and salutations, dear viewers. Get ready for some fantastic content. Thank you for joining us today as we dive into USA Rugby. United States of America Rugby, formerly the United States of America Rugby Football Union Limited, is the national governing body for the sport of rugby union in the United States. Its role is to achieve and maintain high levels of quality in all aspects of rugby. United States of America Rugby is responsible for the promotion and development of the sport in the U.S. and promotion of U.S. international participation. USA Rugby was founded in 1975 as the United States of America Rugby Football Union, and it organized the first U.S. national team match in 1976. Today, United States of America Rugby has over 130,000 members, the largest segment being college rugby with over 32,000 members. United States of America Rugby oversees 1,200 high school teams, 900 college teams, 700 senior club teams, and 400 youth teams. It administers all United States national teams, senior men's and women's teams, sevens teams for both men and women, and under-20 national teams for both sexes. The organization also sponsors college rugby for both sexes, although since the academic year the NCAA has designated women's rugby an emerging varsity sport. USA Rugby is governed by an 11-member board of directors and 4 national councils across youth and high school, college, senior club, and international athlete, and its CEO is Bill Goran. It is a member of World Rugby through membership with Rugby Americas North, and a member of the United States Olympic Committee. The headquarters for United States of America Rugby is located in Glendale, Colorado. Welcome to the next segment, where we explore history and its significance in our journey. The U.S. men's national team, the Eagles, won the gold medal in Olympic rugby in 1920 and 1924. After that time, rugby in the U.S. stagnated while continuing to grow in other parts of the world. Beginning in the ERS and continuing through the ERS, the sport of rugby union enjoyed a renaissance in the U.S. This created the need for a national governing body to represent the United States. On June 7, 1975, 4 territorial organizations, Pacific Coast, West, Midwest, and East, gathered in Chicago, Illinois, and formed the United States of America Rugby Football Union, now known as United States of America Rugby. United States of America Rugby then fielded its first national team on January 31, 1976, in a match against Australia in Anaheim, California, which Australia won. In 1993, the Southern California RFU, a local area union of the Pacific Coast RFU, applied to become a separate territory. This was an impetus for others around the country to do the same, changing the makeup of United States of America Rugby, which now has 7 territories: Pacific, Southern California, West, Midwest, South, Northeastern, and Mid-Atlantic. USA Rugby lobbied for several years for participation in the IRB Sevens World Series. It was finally awarded the annual United States of America Sevens tournament, beginning in 2004 with Los Angeles as the venue for the initial United States of America Sevens tournaments. In summer 2006, the tournament was moved to Petco Park in San Diego. Since 2010, the tournament has been held every year at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas Valley and has been broadcast live on NBC. USA Rugby is a founding sports partner of the Sports Museum of America, joining more than 50 other single-sport halls of fame, national governing bodies, museums, and other organizations across North America to celebrate the history, grandeur, and significance of sports in American culture. Opened in New York City on May 7, 2008, the Sports Museum of America showcases United States of America Rugby in its Hall of Halls gallery, in return for their support of the creation of the nation's first all-sports museum experience. In 2014, United States of America Rugby created Rugby International Marketing, a for-profit company that is responsible for promoting the sport of rugby. Brace yourself for an enlightening exploration of recent achievements as we dive into its profound implications. In the Sevens World Series, the men's Sevens team finished the season ranked 10th in the world, their highest ranking to date at that time. In 2010, United States of America Rugby became an Olympic sport member of the United States Olympic Committee USOC. In 2011, the International Rugby Board, now known as World Rugby, gave its Development Award to United States of America Rugby for its rookie rugby program that introduced over 100,000 new children to youth rugby. In 2014, the US Women's Sevens finished 4th in the World Rugby Women's Sevens World Series, their highest finish to date. The US vs New Zealand match sold out Soldier Field in Chicago, drawing over 60,000 fans and setting a US attendance record in 2015. United States of America Rugby won the bid to host the 2018 Rugby World Cup Sevens in the San Francisco Bay Area. The US men's Sevens team finished 6th in the Sevens World Series, including first at the 2015 London Sevens. The team also defeated Canada to win the 2015 NACRA Sevens and qualify for the 2016 Summer Olympics in 2017. The women's US national team finished 4th at the Women's Rugby World Cup in Ireland, their second highest finish since winning the 1991 tournament. The US men's Sevens team finished 5th in the 2016-17 World Rugby Sevens Series, their highest ever finish at the time in 2018. The US men's national team won the America's Rugby Championship ARC for the second consecutive year. The United States hosted its first ever Rugby World Cup event with the Rugby World Cup Sevens 2018 in San Francisco at Park. The event welcomed more than 100,000 in attendance, setting the mark for highest attended Rugby World Cup Sevens to date in 2019. US men's Sevens team finished 2nd in the World Rugby Sevens Series, their highest ever finish. The team would make 5 cup finals, including a win in the 2019 United States of America Sevens against Samoa. In October 2021, the US vs New Zealand All Blacks match at FedEx Field in Washington, D.C. The final score was to the All Blacks. The US Women's Sevens team finished 3rd at the 2024 Summer Olympics. As we move forward, let's uncover the untold stories and fascinating intricacies of governance and leadership. United States of America Rugby is governed by its Board of Directors and its Congress. The board is composed of 11 members, 4 independent directors, 4 international athletes, and 3 representatives from United States of America Rugby's national councils across youth, college, and adult club. Board members as of 2020 were Etam Cusack, Chairperson Koma Gandhi, Dennis Shanna, Rick Hum, Bill Stevens, Paul Keeler, Jamie Burke, Steve Ardris, Brett Thompson, Victoria Farley, and 1 open seat. Scott Lawrence began his tenure as head coach of the men's national team in January 2024. Simon Ammer is the head coach of the men's national Sevens team. Sion Fufuka was appointed as the women's Eagles head coach in November 2023. Emily Bidwell is the head coach of the women's Sevens team, who ranked 2nd in the world through the 2018-19 Women's World Rugby Sevens Series. Now, let's shift our perspective and explore international representation from a different angle. United States of America Rugby became a member of the International Rugby Football Board in 1987. The worldwide body would become the International Rugby Board (IRB) in 1998 and World Rugby in 2014. United States of America Rugby does not hold a vote on its 28-member Executive Council. Majority of votes are held by the 8 founding nations. 4 NACRA members collectively hold 1 vote on the Executive Council. In December 2011, for the first time, United States of America Rugby placed a representative on the 10-man Executive Committee. Bob Latham, in his role as chair of Rugby America's North RAN, known as NACRA before 2016, represents RAN on the Executive Committee. USA Rugby also has relationships with international multi-sport organizations. United States of America Rugby is a member of the U.S. Olympic Committee and interacts with the International Olympic Committee. United States of America Rugby also interacts with the Pan American Sport Organization, and rugby has been a sport at the Pan Am Games since 2011. Turning our focus to financials, let's explore its key elements. United States of America Rugby generally earns between $8 million to $16 million in annual revenues, with the majority of the revenue coming from 1. Membership dues, 2. Event revenue, 3. Grants, and 4. Sponsorship. Their principal expenses are 1. High performance, 2. Men's national team, and 3. Marketing and fundraising. In 2010, United States of America Rugby paid over $200,000 each to its CEO Nigel Melville and its then head coach Eddie O'Sullivan. As of 2012, Nigel Melville's compensation was $250,000. United States of America Rugby experienced a financial crunch due to the bankruptcy of kit sponsor BLK and currency exchange rates that affect grants received from World Rugby. USA Rugby lost more than $4.40 million in 2017 and $4.20 million in 2018. Most of the losses were attributed to United States of America Rugby Partners, formerly known as Rugby International Marketing (RIM), which was the majority owner of the Rugby Channel, which was sold in 2018 to Floss Sports. In early 2020, with the outbreak of coronavirus, United States of America Rugby filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy to develop a financial restructuring plan. United States of America finished the Chapter 11 bankruptcy process as the Delaware Bankruptcy Court approved United States of America Rugby's debtor plan and the sport's national governing body. On September 1, 2020, United States of America Rugby was reorganized and started paying back creditors. USA Rugby annual revenues are below, along with the components that generated the majority of revenue. Notice grants come mainly from World Rugby and from the United States Olympic Committee. In this chapter, we'll be shedding light on board performance and its role in shaping our understanding. In a February 2017 assembly, Board Chair Will Chang called for a vote of confidence in the board from United States of America Rugby's Congress, which passed by a vote of Steve Lewis, the sole Congress member who voted no confidence in the board, cited 3 issues: RIM's performance, the sanctioning of the PRO rugby competition, and overspending by the High Performance Department. With RIM's financial performance continuing to deteriorate, in August 2017, Lewis proposed what was effectively a vote of no confidence in the board, this time getting 7 votes and a similar number of abstentions. RIM's product, the Rugby Channel, which was supposed to be a money-maker for United States of America Rugby, finished 2017 with $4.20 million in losses for the year. As we embark on the next leg of our journey, let's unpack the layers of bankruptcy and examine its core elements. On March 31, 2020, the Board of United States of America Rugby voted to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy as a result of insurmountable financial constraints in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic crisis. On August 31, 2020, the Delaware Bankruptcy Court approved United States of America Rugby's plan to reimburse its bankruptcy debts owed to creditors over 5 years, effective the following day, allowing the governing body to exit bankruptcy and enter the post-bankruptcy phase. Let's now venture into the realm of national teams, the Eagles, and explore the fascinating intricacies it holds. United States of America Rugby is responsible for organizing the various U.S. national teams. As we progress through this video, let's now turn our gaze towards men's teams. U.S. National Rugby Union Team Men's Eagles competes annually every August-September in the Pacific Nations Cup, hosts matches during the June Internationals, and usually travels to Europe to play in the November Internationals. The team also competes every 4 years at the Rugby World Cup. U.S. National Rugby Sevens Team Men's Eagles Sevens competes annually in the World Rugby Sevens Series, a 7-tournament series that runs from November through May each year. The National Sevens team also competes every 4 years in the Pan American Games, the Rugby Sevens World Cup, and in qualifying for the Summer Olympics. U.S. national under-20 rugby union team competes annually to qualify for either the World Rugby Under-20 Championship or the World Rugby Under-20 Trophy. Now, we shift our focus to women's teams, a topic that deserves our attention. U.S. Women's National Rugby Union Team Women's Eagles competes every year in the Pacific 4 Series and WXV competitions. The Women's Eagles also compete every 4 years in the Women's Rugby World Cup. The national women's team had early success in the World Cup, reaching the finals in each of the first 3 tournaments 1991, 1994, 1998, but has not reached the semi-finals since then. U.S. Women's National Rugby Sevens Team Women's Eagles Sevens competes in the World Rugby Women's Sevens Series and have finished in the top 6 each season since the inaugural series season in. The Women's Eagles Sevens also qualify for and compete in the Summer Olympics. United States National Under-20 Rugby Union Team competes annually, most notably with rival nation to the north, Canada, in exhibition tournaments. As we progress through this video, let's now turn our gaze towards professional rugby. The Professional Rugby Organization, known as PRO Rugby, was an American professional rugby union competition that played in 2016. This was the first professional rugby competition in North America. PRO played only the 2016 season before it ceased operations as of January 2017. Major League Rugby, another professional competition, was founded in late 2017. It began play in 2018 with 7 teams and has expanded to 12 teams as of the 2024 season. Premier Rugby Sevens, a professional rugby sevens competition, was officially sanctioned in 2021 and has played 2 seasons thus far in 2021 and 2022. While not yet professional, the top domestic competition for women's rugby in the US is the Women's Premier League WPL with 10 teams. The league completed its 10th season in 2020. In this chapter, we'll be shedding light on club competitions and its role in shaping our understanding. United States of America Rugby hosts 2 national championships in the club space. The Club National Championships in early June along with the Club's National Championship in mid-August. Rugby Super League, organized and sanctioned by United States of America Rugby, was the premier national level of men's club competition in the U.S. It was founded in 1996, but ended play as of 2012 following the Great Recession. Following the demise of the Super League, the Pacific Rugby Premiership was formed in 2013 and began play in 2014 as the top level of men's club competition in the U.S. The United States of America Rugby club structure sees the United States divided into 2 leagues, West and East. Within each league there are 4 conferences, with the winners of each conference's division advancing to the league semi-finals, and the 2 league champions competing in the national championship. East, Atlantic North, Mid-Atlantic, Midwest, Southern. West, Pacific North, Pacific South, Frontier, Red River. As we enter this new phase, let's uncover the impact of college rugby on our broader topic. United States of America Rugby hosts 5 total championship competitions annually. The Men's Division I, Women's Elite, Spring College, Fall College and College Championships. The Collegiate Rugby Championship is a rival rugby sevens competition held since 2010 but not sponsored by United States of America Rugby. Beginning in 2021, that tournament has been organized by the competing National Collegiate Rugby NCR organization for its member schools. Since the CRC franchise was licensed to NCR, the tournament has primarily featured comparatively smaller universities. United States of America Rugby, the older rival of NCR, conducts its own separate Collegiate Sevens Championship annually, organized by its arm, the Collegiate Rugby Association of America. In this chapter, we'll be shedding light on state governing bodies and its role in shaping our understanding. State governing bodies are responsible for developing an administrative structure with the objective of promoting the development of youth rugby within their state. They are also responsible for day-to-day governance, including organizing league structures, collecting dues, implementing a state championship, and conducting rugby outreach. United States of America Rugby has 44 state rugby organizations. In the upcoming section, we'll be dissecting World Rugby Hall of Fame and exploring its intricate connections to our topic. The following have been inducted into the World Rugby Hall of Fame. Let's now turn our attention to US Rugby Hall of Fame and examine its role within a larger context. Below is a list of individuals and teams who have been inducted into the US Rugby Hall of Fame due to their lasting impression on rugby in the United States. Let's now turn our gaze towards coaching and explore the fascinating connections it has to offer. United States of America Rugby oversees coaching and referee development of the game. United States of America Rugby requires coaches and referees to register and complete a number of certification courses depending on the level of play. As we enter this new phase, let's navigate the complexities of geographical unions and discover its practical applications. United States of America Rugby organizes amateur registered rugby teams into 13 geographical unions at the senior club level. High school and youth teams affiliate with state rugby organizations, while college teams register with either geographical unions or college conferences. The current geographical unions are Capital Maryland, Virginia, Washington, D.C. Carolina's Eastern Penn also covers Delaware and South Jersey, Empire, New York, Southern Connecticut, and Northern New Jersey. Florida excludes most of the Panhandle, Mid-America, Arkansas, Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and parts of Illinois. New England, Northern California also covers all of Nevada outside of the Las Vegas Valley, Pacific Northwest, Idaho, Oregon, Washington, Rocky Mountain, Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, and western South Dakota. Southern California also covers Arizona, New Mexico, and the Las Vegas Valley. Texas also covers most of Arkansas and Louisiana. True South, Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, and the Florida Panhandle. The following states are not currently covered by a geographic union: Georgia, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kentucky, Michigan, Minnesota, Montana, North Dakota, Ohio, West Virginia, Wisconsin. In addition, Western Pennsylvania is not covered by a geographic union. Get ready for an enlightening exploration as we dig into elected governance history and understand its role in the broader context. Election date: President, Vice President, Treasurer, Secretary. June 1975, Victor Hiller of Richard Moneymaker Gale. Tenant, Edmund Lee. June 1977, Victor Hiller of Richard Moneymaker Gale. Tenant, Edmund Lee. June 1979, Richard Moneymaker. Fritz Grunbaum, David Chambers. Vacant, June 1981, David Chambers, Fritz Grunbaum. Joe Radin, Keith Sieber. June 1983, Robert Watkins, Keith Sieber. Terry Fleener, Robert Jones. June 1985, Robert Watkins, Keith Sieber, Terry Fleener. Tom Selfridge resigned summer of '86 and not replaced. June 1987, Terry Fleener. Film Center, Edward Kane. Dick Elliott replaced by Ian Nixon by December 1987. June 1989, Robert Watkins. W.T. Hafner, Brad Sharp, Ian Nixon. June 1991, Ian Nixon, W.T. Hafner. Bill Powell's, Gene Roberts. November 1992, Ian Nixon. Randy Stainer and Barry W.T. Hafner resigned. June 94, replaced by Jamie Jordan. November 1994, John D'Amico, Randy Stainer and Barry Jamie Jordan. In June 1987, the position of chairman of the board was added to the executive committee, and Bob Watkins was named to that position. Effective June 1989, that position was retitled post of past president and remained an appointed post until the position was dropped in 1996. Effective January 1996, an executive vice president was added. Election date: President, Executive Vice President, Treasurer, Secretary. January 1996, Gene Roberts, Tony Skilbeck, Neil Brendel and Barry Ryan Kinsey. January 1998, and Barry, Neil Brendel, Tristan Lewis, Barbara Fudit, Pat O'Connor. Effective March 2000, the Vice President was replaced with Athlete Vice President. Election date: President, Executive Vice President, Athlete, Vice President, Treasurer, Secretary, March 2000, and Barry, Neil, Brendel, Mary, Dixie, Fred, Rodel, I, Pat O'Connor, March 2002, Neil, Brendel, Robert, Latham, Jen Crawford, Fred, Rodel, I, Pat O'Connor. Effective April 2004, the President title was replaced with Chairman, and a new SARA representative was added. Election date: Chairman, Vice Chairman, Athlete, Vice Chairman, Treasurer, Secretary, USARA Rep. April 2004, Neil, Brendel, Robert, Latham, Don James, Fred, Rodel, I, David Pelton, Buzz McLean, March 2006, Robert Latham, Frank Merrill, Alex Magleby, Thomas Schmidt, David Pelton, John McConnell. Effective July 14, 2006. The governance was changed to a model with a board of directors nominated and approved by a Congress. As we progress through this video, let's shift our attention towards national office and uncover its hidden depths. The governing body of United States of America Rugby opened a national office on June 3, 1988. The office has been headed by name, title, start date, and date: Kirk Miles, Executive Director, May 2, 1988, December 20, 1989. Roger Nepple, Executive Director, May 1, 1995, September 6, 1995. Paul Montville, Executive Director, November 24, 1997, April 1999. Terry Fleener, Interim Director, April 1999, June 21, 1999. Mark Rudolph, Executive Director, June 21, 1999, November 9, 2001. Dean Hon, November 9, 2001. Doug Arnett, CEO, December 1, 2002, July 14, 2006. Steve Griffiths, Nigel Melville, CEO and President of Rugby Operations, October 11, 2006, June 25, 2016. Jim Snyder, Interim CEO, June 27, 2016, July 31, 2016. Dan Payne, CEO, August 1, 2016. Ross Young, CEO, April 30, 2018. Bill Goran, CEO, February 18, 2024. I appreciate your time and I'm grateful for every like, comment, and share.